40 years, Puritan's Pride has dedicated itself to providing the highest quality vitamins and supplements at a great value. First, we traveled the world to find the purest ingredients. Then, we manufacture all of our products in the USA using the most rigorous standards. Finally, we test each vitamin up to 15 times before it reaches your door. And now, Puritan's Pride is available in the Philippines. Puritan's Pride, your healthiest you for less. Get your favorite health supplements in our official Lasmal shop, Puritan's Pride Philippines. Beware of counterfeit or fake items on Lazada. Authentic Puritan's Pride supplements are only available on our official Lasmal shop. Get the latest news, exclusive discounts, and promos. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and email newsletter today. For over 40 years, Puritan's Pride has dedicated itself to providing the highest quality vitamins and supplements at a great value. First, we traveled the world to find the purest ingredients. Then, we manufacture all of our products in the USA using the most rigorous standards. Finally, we test each vitamin up to 15 times before it reaches your door. And now, Puritan's Pride is available in the Philippines. Puritan's Pride, your healthiest you for less. Get your favorite health supplements in our official Lasmal shop, Puritan's Pride Philippines. Beware of counterfeit or fake items on Lazada. Authentic Puritan's Pride supplements are only available on our official Lasmal shop. Get the latest news, exclusive discounts, and promos. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
Hey Lazada Natics, hey Facebook Live of Puritan's Pride. What's up, what's up? My name is Carla and we are back again for Thoughts Thursdays with yours truly, Carla Piscosa, and of course, with Miss O. So later I will introduce Miss O. I know some of you who have been watching Workout Wednesday and Thoughts Thursdays are familiar who Miss O is, but I will still introduce her later. But what is our webinar about today? Since it's a Thought Thursday, we will be having a webinar. And I just want to make sure that you guys know the topic, which is how to prevent closeness fatigue in quarantine. So what is closeness fatigue? I actually asked Miss O, but later she will explain it further. But according to her, it's basically when you're getting annoyed at that person, to the person that you're close with all the time. So something like that, closeness fatigue. So how to prevent closeness fatigue during the quarantine season. And of course, this is again, always in partnership with Puritan's Pride, which is the leading health supplement and vitamin brand in the USA for over 40 years and is known for its quality at a great value. It is now available in the Philippines where you can select over 100 plus health supplements and vitamins. It is available in Last Mall, in Lazada app, and Puritan's Pride official website at puritanspride.ph. You can also check them out at Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Puritan's Pride Philippines. And then, of course, my name is Carla Piscosa. I am a fitness professional, an event. Oh, my dog's like making sound. Sorry, I got distracted. But I am a fitness professional, a host, a content creator, and a public speaker. And today we will be joined by Miss O, who is an education and empowerment consultant, behavior interventionist, mental health advocate, and a resource speaker. She is also an entrepreneur and a live streamer. Miss O will be talking about how to prevent closest fatigue in quarantine, where she will discuss how to understand this concept. And of course, you can follow her on Instagram at Miss O and Facebook at Miss O. You will see her in a bit. Also, just a few reminders before we start. Beware of counterfeits. So one important thing to remember when buying Puritan's Pride products is that buy only from the official stores like Lasmal Store and Puritan's Pride official website. Again, www.puritanspride.ph. Make sure you buy on official sites only. So just a reminder, just remember to buy products from official stores like Lasmal Store and the official website of puritanspride.ph. You can also follow Puritan's Pride Philippines on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Tag us on your posts and stories, and we will be sure to repost it. All right. So if there's no other questions, suggestions, reactions, recommendations, shout outs to anyone or anything right now, then we can proceed. But before that, just a reminder, if you guys have any questions, reactions, recommendations, suggestions, comments, type it down below and let's make this interactive. If you want me to shout out at anyone or anything random under the sun, under the moon, because it's nighttime already, type it down below. But other than that, let's proceed and turning over the floor to Miss O. Hi, Miss O.
Hi, Carla. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm so happy to be back here with you guys again. Before I start off, I want to thank Puritan's Pride and Lazada for always having me and giving me the opportunity to
Woohoo!
educate and empower, right? So today we will be talking about closeness fatigue, right? So as you can see from the title of our presentation over here, it goes when family time goes over time, how to prevent closeness fatigue in quarantine. So this one is a little bit how can I say it? Not a lot of people know about closeness fatigue, right? But most of us, if not all of us, actually experience this. What is closeness fatigue? Closeness fatigue is when um, you start getting on each other's nerves because you don't have any more space away from each other or time away from each other to kind of nurture your own individuality. So now everything that you thought was cute from your partner all of a sudden becomes really annoying, right? Or maybe your child thinks you're being a nag all of a sudden, or you're even maybe with your own mom, you're kind of like, mom, please just leave me alone, and she's not even saying anything. She may have just like looked at you a certain way, and then all of a sudden you're blowing up at her, right? So this is closeness fatigue, right? It's too much time together. It's also not having the space to just breathe on your own, right? Another closeness fatigue is also when there's too many along with closeness fatigue comes that guilt that, hey, why am I feeling this way? I should be loving all this family time. Didn't I wish for this before? And why does it feel like being with my family is now a chore? So along with closeness fatigue comes guilt. So let's start with this. All right. So we all know already, like that 1.37 billion children worldwide has been forced to study from home due to COVID-19, right? And a lot of us actually are now working from home. So there's really no escape from each other now, right? So before, you used to have a break from your kids because they would go to school, or you would go to work, your husband would also go to their own respective work environment, and then you guys get to be just a little bit chill, just be you. You get to miss them, you look forward to seeing them. But since this whole lockdown happened, you see each other basically every day, 24/7. And it's now getting to a point wherein you just need to get away, take some time for yourself, because things now are becoming a chore. Being with your kids might feel like it's an obligation, or being with your partner all of a sudden is a burden. So let's tackle how we can prevent this. All right. So okay. So like I said, at first, this might seem like a good idea. We were so excited. Oh my goodness, lots of family time. Oh, I can finally like just sleep in bed, cuddle with my boyfriend or with my girlfriend, and we have so much time now to be with each other. We can bake, we can cook, we can do all these different activities. Because we have basically an extra 3 hours. You know, for ourselves because we're not commuting anywhere. However, right? There's a lot of upsides to this. So, more flexibility with your time, more chances for bonding, being able to keep close tabs with the kids, right? But it's not long before, there you go. Decision paralysis happens. With so many possible shared activities, it's hard to decide which ones to actually undertake. Like in the beginning, and you get so excited. Okay, let's go play some games. Let's do this. Let's have some family bonding. Oh, hun, let's watch Netflix binge, right? Or let's do this activity that we really really wanted to do before. Let's cook together. So there's two sides of decision paralysis. There's the first part wherein somebody gets really is unable to make a decision as to what activities they want to do. And then of course the other side is the other side to this is that I'm at a loss for words. I'm sorry, Carla.
Yeah,
I'm
it's okay.
at a loss for
But
words.
so yeah,
So
gather
yeah.
your thoughts. You can do it.
Yes. I'm sorry, guys. Miss Olivia's a little bit tired today. So yes. So one is that there's too many activities that people can't make a decision as to what they want to do. And then the second part, the second side to this is that um, they don't want to do anything anymore because they're so fed up with it already. Parang, oh, we're going to do this na naman. Why? I mean,
Again.
it was fun in the beginning, but now I really don't want to do this anymore, right? So there's two sides. So did you experience that, Carla? I know.
Yeah, yeah. Can believe it or not, I like working out, but then there came a point where I was like, do I still want to work out? But it's good for me, but I'm not sure. Something like that. Little things, even just cleaning up or anything under the sun. But yeah, it's basically a constant practice of liking the action that you're gonna do or something like that.
So yeah, so
I lost I lost my
you
words
also
too.
lost. That's so funny. But yeah, so this is a sign like burnout. Burnout is real. Even
Yeah.
like family time, doing activities with your family. This burnout is real. All right, in every aspect of it. It's not just you don't just get burnt out from work. You can get burnt out by having too much time for like with your family or with the same person. It doesn't matter whether it's just you're living with your family, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, or your friends. When there's too much of a good thing, then it becomes
Yeah.
a bad thing. So we want to make sure that we practice moderation, right? That we still take time for ourselves, that we're not always kind of like acting as if we're attached to the hip, that we have to do everything together. Or if you are a parent, you know to make sure that you take care of yourself also, and you don't need to hover on your kids at all times. Okay, so the second downside to this is lack of personal space. With so much time together, it's hard to find time just for yourself, especially if you are living in a small space. I know that there are families who are living in a one bedroom apartment or even in a studio, right? And so, especially if you're living in a studio and you're living there with your son, it's really hard to find space for yourself, right? Because it's a studio. There's nowhere else. Like you can go to the dining table and the bed, right? So it's kind of hard um have some personal space when the environment is not big enough. So aside from that, it's also hard to kind of like make sure that um people are able to go ahead and take their own time. It's it's hard because your kids want to play with you. It's hard because one person in the relationship might be feeling like, hey, I really want to spend time, but then the other person might be needing their own time too. So many factors can affect this, all right? So it's not just about the physical space, it's also that inner space that we're talking about. So, and then of course, closeness fatigue, being with family so much, it becomes so tiresome and it becomes a chore. Like, oh my goodness, right? Like, why do we need to watch TV together all the time as a family? Why do we always have to watch watch movies together? Why can't I just watch a movie on my own? Why can't I sleep whenever I want to sleep? Like, why do we have to do some things all at the same time, right? So these are some of the common things that happens when families start to experience closeness fatigue. So a good example of this, like I said earlier, like you could be starting to perceive your parents as nags because um even though they're not doing anything, and then you're already blowing up at them, like, stop looking at me like that, mom. Like, hey, I'm doing things even though like they just ask you, kumain ka na ba? And then you're like, don't bother me, right? You're getting irritable of the people around you, or like maybe your boyfriend's starting to get really grumpy whenever you go,
Oh
hey,
no.
hey, time to have dinner, and then he's kind of like, no, you go ahead, you know I'll eat later, things like that. So these are symptoms and signs of closeness fatigue, which means you need to start giving them their space. All right. So this is what I was talking about earlier, feelings of confusion and guilt, because it's easy to feel so conflicted, right, when it comes to this, because now you're supposed to love your kids, you're supposed to love your boyfriend, you're supposed to love your mom, but why am I like wanting to be alone? Why am I why am I feeling guilty about not wanting to spend time with them, or that I feel like it's such an obligation to be around them nowadays, right? Or um why am I feeling like I'm always mad at them for no reason? So it's easy to feel conflicted. I love my family very much, but I also miss having time to myself. And it's really important that you do take that time. And this shouldn't make you feel guilty, all right? It's healthy for each one of us to have time for ourselves, to nurture our own individuality, and to just kind of like breathe, right? Take a breather from each other. So it's easy to feel guilty. Like, people would be like, shouldn't I be happy to be able to spend time with my family? Isn't that what we've been wishing for? Like, for like the longest time, we always used to go, hey, I wish that we could all just spend one day together and no work. I don't have to worry about work. Or you'd be thinking, oh, when I have time, maybe I can do this with my kids. Oh, when I have time, maybe then we can both discuss things that we wanted to discuss. But then all of a sudden, COVID hit. You got stuck in the same place for like, what, the past 3 months already? More, actually. And then now you're thinking, oh, I really miss being me and having my own space and my own time. I miss not fixing up. I miss not fixing up and just be in my pajamas by myself and not having to worry about another person. Or I miss not having that time for myself when my kids are in school, because that's the time wherein I do my facials, I do my manicure and pedicure, from a man's example could be that they miss just playing ball, right? Just playing ball with their buddies, or they could miss just going and going out and just having a couple of drinks with their buddies, things like that, right? Now, because now we can't do them. We can't do them. I mean, everything that we do basically revolves around the house, and unless you have a big house wherein you all have your own designated places where you don't really need to see each other unless you really have to. Um, Not a lot of people have that, privilege or that means, right? So we need to figure out a way to take care of ourselves so that we can take care of the whole family without us feeling bad. Okay, so I don't want you guys to feel guilty for wanting time for yourself. So don't be so hard on yourself. All right, guys? Make sure that you relax and acknowledge your feelings. Your feelings are valid. Okay, it's not selfish to want some time for yourself. And this is also very, very important when it comes to communicating with your children. When they're being really, really irritable towards you, acknowledge it. Don't get mad. Yung parang, sungit mo naman. Don't you respect me? I'm your nanay, right? Wag ganon, okay? Wala ka respeto, bata ka. Like that, diba? Wag ganon, okay? Acknowledge that they may be already suffering from closeness fatigue. Maybe take some time to analyze your behavior also. Are you hovering too much around them? Do you keep telling them what they need to do? Are you nitpicking on them because it bothers you just laying on the bed the whole day and they're playing games the whole day? Because this is usually what triggers arguments nowadays, right? From parents and kids. Kasi the bata is nakahiga lang buong araw or buong gabi na lalaro ng video games and then asleep the whole day. And so as a parent, that really kind of, that will irk the parents. And then what happens is they do lectures and lectures and lectures. Papagalitan, kukulitin na, hindi ko nga nagtutulong dito sa bahay, ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. So, make sure that when that happens, breathe, relax, breathe, calm yourself. Acknowledge that your child might be already suffering or is already going through closeness fatigue. And not only that, your child might be going through symptoms of anxiety and depression because of everything that is happening. So I want you to analyze what's going on so that you can respond properly. Acknowledge their feelings. You can go, oh, I see that you're a little bit irritable today. Mommy will give you some space. When you're ready to talk to mommy, you can come and you can come to my room and tell mommy what you need. All right. Or maybe you can go, oh, I see that you're not ready to eat yet. That's okay. You can eat at your own time. You don't necessarily have to eat lunch alongside the whole family. So make sure that you adjust a little bit, right? Make sure that you are as gentle to them as you are gentle with yourself. Okay, because kids need help to process things. At the same way with your partners, right? Kita mo na medyo your partner's being distant, and then ikaw parang kulit ka pa ng kulit. Hey, let's spend time together. I want to cuddle. I want to do this. And then you're making tampo. That's emotional manipulation being tampo. Ganon. So it's that learn to understand, right? That, hey, maybe they just need some space. So you can go, okay, hon, I see that you're feeling a little bit grumpy today. I'm just going to be here on the other side of the room. When you're ready to spend some time with me, I'm just here. I'll just wait over here. Just give them their space and time. Don't be tompo and don't pick a fight just to get their attention, okay? Minsan, nangyayari talaga yun, right, Carla? So you pick
Yeah,
a fight attention of somebody.
yeah, that's true because that's something that I had to learn the hard way through experience.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So but like there will be times, actually, there will be times that it's really, we can't help it because we do this because it's conditioning. It's what we
Yeah.
see in the movies, it's what, the culture, or what we saw with our parents or the adults around us while we were growing up. So it's something very instinctual, right?
Yeah.
It's something that, oh, okay, hindi ako pinapansin, okay, I'm going to dabog,
Yeah.
to get the attention. So um like I said earlier, be more self-aware and be more understanding, because it's not only you who's going through things, right? The people
Yeah.
around you are going through things also. Okay, so let's learn how to cultivate a healthy space for you and your family, right? So these are the different words that I want you guys to learn. All right, these are the keywords. The first one is acknowledgement, right? Second, mindfulness. Third is openness. Fourth, kindness. Space, cultivation, routines, and breathe. All right. So these are keywords. I'm giving you keywords so that you guys will be able to, it's easy to remember. Okay, that, oh, I see that my son is acting a little grumpy. What should I do? Oh, let me acknowledge that right now. Instead of getting angry, acknowledge it, right? So that you can move forward and help him move forward from it. So let's go through this one by one. So acknowledgement, what does that mean? That means accepting your feelings on the matter, right? Also accepting the feelings of other people, like your kid, your partner, maybe even your help, right? Sometimes our help, our katulongs get really sungit na, and then all of a sudden you're kind of like, hey, who's the boss over here? I think I'm the boss. Why are you being sungit to me, right? But you also have to understand that they're also going through some things. So if you're feeling guilty, that because you feel like there's too much time, or you don't feel like spending time with your partner or your children, that's okay, right? Forgive yourself for feeling that way. Don't feel, I'm not, it's, this is going to be hard, okay? Because like I said, this is our conditioning, right? We're supposed to want to spend time with each other all the time, right?
Yeah.
And you're being selfish if you want me time, right? So it's kind of, what do you call this, it's cultural, it's a cultural conditioning. So how do we deal with this guilty feeling, right? You tell yourself, it's okay, I also need my me time, I also need to nurture myself. It's not being selfish because I can't take care of my loved ones properly if I don't take good care of myself, right? And acknowledge that these feelings are natural and that they are fleeting. It's not like you're not going to want to spend time with them forever. It's just that,
It's a phase.
it's just this time, right, Carla?
Yeah, it's a phase. Because
It
at first I was like super excited, and then I was like really needy, and then after a while I was like too, and then I realized that it wasn't too much of everything is bad. That's what I
is.
learned.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? So it's the same thing when we go, what do you call this? When we go, oh, I don't want to spend time with you, but then you always don't want to spend time. Now that's being selfish. You see the
Yeah.
difference? So it's okay to take time for yourself, to nurture yourself, and take a breather. But then when you're always just thinking about yourself and you're not thinking about the people around you, then that's a totally different thing. Okay, that's a totally different thing, especially if you have kids or if you're not being sensitive to your partner, okay, or the other people around you, whether they also need space or they also need to have time for themselves. You might be taking time for yourselves, but you're not giving them the space and the time for themselves. That's not right also. So let's go to mindfulness, right? Try to be more aware of how you use your time. Keep an eye on yourself. Notice when pressure starts to build. Learn to disengage before the pressure becomes unmanageable. What do we mean by this? We've talked about mindfulness here before, and it's really quite straightforward, right? Make sure that when you spend time with your kids or your partner, that you are really being mindful of that time together. Really cherish it. Don't be multitasking or like already thinking na parang, oh, mahuhugas pa ako ng pinggan. Ay naku, kakaasar talaga. Gusto niya pa ako dito magtabi sa kanya. Nood lang naman. Like that, right?
I
What
can
you're doing,
relate.
right? You can relate.
Kasi, for example, when I'm early in the morning, it takes a while for me to wake up. And he's like, Carla, clean.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, I mean like what I said, it's okay. That's fine, right? But then try to be
No,
mindful.
no.
Like just try to relish that that time together, because when you actually start entertaining these negative thoughts in your head, you're escalating all these negative feelings, and then all of a sudden you're really getting annoyed, you're really getting irritable to everybody around you, right? So by just thinking, oh, okay, yes, I do need to wash the dishes later, but hey, we're watching TV right now. Let me see, I actually enjoy this show. Oh, it really feels nice to be with my loved one right now. Okay, I'm getting really tired of this. Then maybe I can communicate. Han, I don't want to watch this anymore. I'm going to go step out. Right? So communicate instead of you just going there and you're kind of like, oh, simmering on the inside. Just
Ah, yeah, that's a good advice.
right? So make sure that you communicate really well. Remember how I'm a, I really like schedules. So make sure that you schedule some me time, some date time, some other, make sure that you have a schedule so that you don't feel guilty about taking time for yourself or for not wanting to spend some time with your kids all the time, right? Because you have designated quality time with them. So this the pressure that we're talking about here is pressure that may be coming from um, thinking or coming up with activities to do together. We do know that children need to be kept engaged, right? So for parents, after 3 months, they're kind of like grasping for different activities now. They don't know what to do anymore because they feel like lahat na magawa nila and Google na sila ng Google, diba? Tapos with the limited space and the limited resources that we have right now, it's really quite uh, it's daunting for a mom especially kasi lalo na yung mga mommy, 'di ba? Na parang feeling nila it's all on them. Kailangan gawin nila lahat para sa mga anak nila, especially kailangan turuan, kailangan ganito. So when it comes to that, make sure that you're gentle enough to yourself to ask for help, right? You go, maybe delegate it to your husband. So maybe this week you're in charge of the activities, the next week your husband is in charge of it. So that the two of you can actually share this responsibility. And then you can really start to enjoy what's going on, right? Enjoy that activity. And then, of course, openness, right? Like I said, don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to talk about your feelings with your family. A lot of parents think that, oh, I don't need to process this with my kids. They're too young. Kids are never too young. Of course, you're not going to go about like the really heavy stuff, but I want you to communicate. Like, mommy's feeling irritable right now. Mommy needs some space. Is it okay if you spend some time in your room? And it's the same thing with your partner or your boyfriend or girlfriend, right? You can go ahead and say, "Oh, hon, I'm really irritable right now. I'm not mad at you, but I'm just feeling really irritable. So is it okay if you kind of like just give me some time to be with by myself because I don't want things to escalate." So make sure that you talk about your feelings. Say it out there. Hindi yung parang, oh, tabog. Alis ka dyan. Ayaw ko sa'yo ngayon, right? So make sure that you communicate really well. Be upfront with your needs. Communication is essential. If you need to like say, oh, if you need something like I need some space, like I really don't want to talk right now, just say it, right? I'm not in the I'm not in the space wherein I can talk with you right now. I'm not in the space to cuddle. I really am feeling a certain way. So please do give me some time, right? And when I'm ready, I will go ahead and talk with you. So another thing is that when you are in that space already wherein you can talk, make sure that you don't dwell on the negativities. Don't be criticizing each other. Ikaw malakas ikaw maghinga. Ikaw kasi nakakarita when we sleep. Your hinga is over here and it's bothering me. That, right? So don't focus on those things, right? Don't dwell on the negativity and start criticizing each other, because then what will happen is it'll start an argument and then people start feeling bad, right? So what I want you to do is actually change the way that you communicate into a more positive manner. You can go ahead and say, oh, you know what, I really do feel like when we're sleeping, maybe we can switch our position a little bit, or maybe I can be on this side of the bed because this is how I feel. So you want to create solutions, possible steps to move forward instead of just dwelling on the yucky situation and then, escalating your negative feelings and rubbing things in, right? Okay. And then, of course, kindness. Give yourself permission to just not be interested. It's okay. It's okay not to like what your partner is watching on TV, right? If your partner is into Star Wars and you're not, that's okay. That's really okay. You don't need to force yourself to like it and to watch it alongside with them. It's okay to give your children space. Actually, children need space to apply themselves. If you're always telling them what to do, if you're always, being a helicopter parent, you're not giving your kids the opportunity to apply themselves. All right. So I think, Carla, let's continue kindness after our break.
Okay. Thank you, Miss O. By the way, we have 5,702 views and counting.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot.
That's a
And then we have
lot.
a lot of comments. So I'm just gonna read the comments. So it's from Jeremy Tolentino with a heart, and then Princess Jasleen Abunda with a heart again, and then Carol Balida with 2 hearts. So sending all the love from Miss O and Carla and Puritan's Pride and Lazada. And then Brenda Lumen is saying hello. Hello.
Hi.
And then RV De Jesus wants to shout out. So shout out to RV De Jesus. And then another heart from Andrea Cedron. Hello. And of course from JV Soriano. Hi po. Nice product po. Amazing. Yes, I agree. Puritan's Pride. Again, before we take a break, Puritan's Pride is the leading health supplement and vitamin brand in the USA for over 40 years and is known for its quality at a great value. It is now available in the Philippines, where you can select over 100 plus health supplements and vitamins. It is available in Lasmall and Puritan's Pride official website at puritanspride.ph. You can also check them out at Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Puritan's Pride Philippines. So we'll see you after this short video.
Did you know that your immune system is your first line of defense against viruses and bacteria? Take the best-selling superfood, Puritan's Pride Acai. Made from the superfood acai, known for its immune-boosting and calorie-burning properties. Perfect for anyone who wants to fight off diseases while getting fit. Get it quick to enjoy the benefits.
One of the high-quality products by Puritan's Pride, the leading supplement brand in the U.S. for over 40 years, now available in the Philippines. Puritan's Pride, your healthiest you for less.
For a strong immune system, grab a Puritan's Pride Acai today.
Did you know that heart disease is the leading cause of death worldwide? Protect your heart as early as today. Take Puritan's Pride Fish Oil Omega 3 Triple Strength, an FDA approved all natural supplement that promotes a healthy heart. 3 times stronger for more benefits like helping manage high blood pressure, sharper mind, younger looking skin, and more. Talk about perfect health benefits. Best for people of any age who want a healthy heart and a sharper mind. Be like this happy user. One of the high quality products by Puritan's Pride, the leading supplement brand in the US for over 40 years. Now available in the Philippines. Puritan's Pride, your healthiest you for less.
A healthy heart is a healthy you. Get your Puritan's Pride Fish Oil Omega.
All right, we are back at Lazada Natics and Facebook Live at Puritan Pride Philippines. Let me turn over the floor to Miss O again. Again, Miss O.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today, right? And today we are discussing about how to prevent closeness fatigue within your family or between you and your partner, right? We have covered several topics already as to how we can address this and also prevent it. So we are right now on kindness, right? Giving yourself permission not just to just not be interested. It's okay, right? Remember that when you are a couple, it doesn't mean that the two of you will have to like everything about each other or everything that your partner is into, right? You still need to keep your own individuality, and it's okay not to be interested in it. It's also okay not to be interested in what your kids are doing, all right? Because they also need to learn for themselves what their interests are. They need to explore, they need to be given the opportunity to just be themselves, right? So if you're hovering over them all the time, it's not gonna be as effective, right? Because then they feel like they're always restrained. So being a responsible parent doesn't mean that you're sacrificing yourself all the time. And this is really, really, really hard to break because we do know that especially here in the Philippines, mommies, mga parent, ganon yung buhok, lahat para sa anak muna, hindi na sila nakaligo because they feel like, they need to put the kids and the husband first, and then they don't even fix up anymore because that's in this society, that's the picture of a good mom, somebody who puts themselves their own well-being, in the back burner so that their family will be good. But I want you guys to stop this. All right, take good care of yourself, because if you're happy, you will be a better parent, you will be a better partner. You don't need to be sacrificing yourself all the time. All right, be kind to yourself, be gentle with yourself, right? And here's the thing, your family will be fine. Even if you don't like, if your kids will be fine, your partner will be fine, even if you're not beside them all the time, right? They don't need you hovering over them all the time. Your kids need to learn how to be independent. You don't need to be serving them hand and foot. You don't need to be always kind of like, okay, um, it's like a big production for everybody all the time, right? So make sure that you understand this. Your family will be fine. Your kids will be fine, even if you're not there watching them play. They will be okay. All right. Your partner will also be okay. Doesn't mean that if he doesn't want to spend time with you right now, doesn't mean that he's cheating or that he's no longer
Yeah.
interested in you. Okay. It's
Yes.
not like that. People just need some space. Okay.
And
So,
also, Miss O, I have an addition. I just have a takeaway from this slide that you're viewing right now. I think it's also okay to say no, being kind and saying no.
yes.
Yeah.
Very good. Good job, Kamala.
A
Very
plus.
good. Right? So you don't have to save everybody in your family, and you don't need to be your family's, savior. drop the messiah complex, right? It's okay to say no. It's okay to say, hey hon, not right now because I really need to do something else. Or you can say to your kids, no, I'm sorry honey, but mommy is busy at the moment. Even though you're just sitting there and taking a breather, that's still you being busy taking care of yourself. So learn to say no, all right? But the way that you say no should be in a very nice manner, all right? It's not like you're just dismissing them. Especially for kids, you'd want to communicate when can you spend time with them next, all right? Or like you can go, okay hon, mommy's quite busy at the moment. Mommy will go to you when she is ready. So if your kid retorts to you, yeah, but you're not doing anything, you're just sitting there on your cell
Mm-hmm.
phone, right? Don't be a sar, okay? Don't be a sar, and don't pagalit them. Just explain that right now mommy is taking some me time, and that means that she's busy with herself, and in an hour or two you'll go ahead and spend some time with them. All right, so communication is really key, especially if you are living in together with a partner, right? Because those are
Yeah. It
reality.
is key. It's the number one key to life.
Mhm. All right, so next on our list, or our keyword is space. Allow yourself and each of your family a measure of personal space. Which what does this mean? Maybe you have the designated corners, right? So we've talked about designating workstations if you're working from home, right? So, for example, if you're sitting on the dining table and you have your laptop out, that means that you are in work mode and that your kids are not allowed to disturb you when you are sitting in that space. The same thing with your parents or anything else. As long as you are in that space, that means that you are working. You have designated spaces. For kids, designate a space where they can be rowdy, they can be as noisy as they want, right? So designate certain areas wherein they know that, okay, when I'm in this area you cannot disturb me, or when you are in this area you're allowed to be as rowdy as you want, but only in this area you're not going to jump borders, all right? When you are if you are living in a studio apartment, this could mean like maybe the girl takes the bed and works on the bed, or that the guy works on the dining table or on the couch, things like that. So just designate areas and then you can switch it around, right? Make sure again you communicate, or that even if you are living in a studio apartment, right? When you are sitting maybe on the couch or a certain spot in the studio, that means that you kind of need a breather, right? Maybe the balcony, that's where you take a breather, and you aren't you can ask them not to disturb you. So like teach your kids to define their space as well as to respect others space, right? So like I said, designate a place where they can be rowdy, designate a place where they will do their schoolwork, designate a place wherein when mommy's over here, that means that you're not going to disturb mommy. All right. Make sure that you communicate it well. With kids, you're gonna have to um, maybe practice this a couple of times. A little bit of role playing will help. Okay, because it's not gonna quickly latch onto them. All right. So make sure that you can also do visual signs. Right. Mommy is at work right now. Mommy will be done at 5 p.m. When the clock looks like this, that's when you can talk to mommy. You can also do that. So allow your kids to make mistakes. Always remind them that home is a safe space for learning and growth. Now, this is a very, very, very important point because typical Filipino families, pa nagkamali yung bata, palo, palo, palo. Or galit na agad si mommy. Ayan, kasi gulo-gulo ikaw, kulit-kulit ikaw. Yan, basag yung baso. But hey, accidents happen. People make mistakes, and you need to let your kids experience the natural consequences of their behavior. Because if you keep um, reacting in a negative manner, you're not really teaching your kid how to move forward, or you're not teaching your kids good coping behaviors. What you're doing is actually you're teaching them to be angry all the time, and you're teaching them to be scared of you. So if your kid accidentally breaks a vase because they were jumping around, and being rowdy in the living room, what can you do instead of being gallet, right? Instead of being gallant, you can process them. Oh, see what happens when you're being too rowdy in this area. Now you need to clean this up. All right. So of course you're gonna have to guide them as to how to clean the broken vase properly, because you don't want them to get cut or anything, but make sure that they are the one to clean it, because they need to experience the natural consequences of their behavior, of their actions. A lot of the times parents become really, really mad when in fact they are actually scared. So, pag halimbawa yung gano'n, di ba, nabasag or naladlad yung bata sa stairs, biglang papaluin pa parang, yan, kasi akulit-kulit, naladlad tuloy ikaw sa hagdanan, right? Pero in reality, they're not mad, they're scared. It's just that most adults, they're not willing to admit that they got scared, right? In reality, they got nervous, they got scared. So instead of saying, "Hey, that really scared mommy," that scared mommy a lot, because mommy does not want you to get hurt, Instead of saying it that way and making sure that the kids understand that, hey, it's okay, they get angry. All right, they express that feeling of being afraid, they express it through anger. So I want you to switch it.
Yeah.
Communicate.
I actually have a thought about that, Miss O, because
Uh-huh.
like I noticed even with me, I am not in touch with my feelings. So first I think I'm mad, but then next thing I know I'm scared. So it's just it's really about being in touch and going back to the first part, what when you said it's about being aware. A plus.
Mm. That's right. So actually, this is all, Carla. This is the thing, right? We were conditioned that way by our parents, and they were conditioned that way by their parents, right? So now we're trying to break through this vicious cycle of not being able to express properly when you are scared, and expressing it in inappropriate manner by being mad, right? So now we're trying to
Yeah.
break through that cycle, and we're now reteaching people how to properly communicate their feelings so that they can properly identify what they're feeling, right? So, because a lot of people are just they associate being scared with horror movies or moo or things
Mm,
like that, right? But in reality, we get scared a lot, right? We get scared when our boy isn't home at a certain hour. In reality, we're not mad that they're late. We're mad that they didn't communicate that they were going to be late, because we were
yeah.
worried about them. We got scared that maybe something bad happened to them, that they might have been in an accident. But do we communicate that? No. We get mad and we get tampo, right? So let's learn how to communicate the feeling of being afraid. All right? So
Yeah.
allow your kids to make mistakes, all right? They need to learn the natural consequences of their behavior, of their actions. Make sure that you communicate that, hey, this is a safe space. It's okay to commit mistakes, it's okay if there are little accidents, and then equip them with coping behavior as to how they can rectify their mistakes, as to how they can move forward, instead of just being galit sa kanila, okay? Now, let's go to cultivation. Use your personal time to develop your own interests. Pursue a hobby or read up on things that engage you. Treat yourself because you deserve it, right? So, we had this webinar here on Lazada before, wherein we talked about self-care. Self-care is not just being, it's not an indulgence. It's actually it requires a lot of discipline. It requires a lot of commitment. It's actually quite boring, but you can treat yourself, right? You can you can indulge once in a while, maybe fill up the tub and then soak in a warm, get do a hot warm bath, hot na warm pa, diba?
Double
Act,
down.
right? And then, or maybe get your nails done. I know that right now it isn't possible. Maybe you can do it yourself, or maybe, you know, um, do a lot
Dye
of
your
those.
hair.
Yeah, dye your. I Miss O actually dyed my,
Yeah, I
you
know
know,
it is. That's why I pointed it out.
Miss O dyed her hair by herself, because she couldn't wait for the salons to open anymore. And I
Open.
was like, I need something new in my life. I need something new in my life. So I dyed my hair, right, and that's okay. I treated myself, and I felt great afterwards. So
Yeah.
nothing to feel guilty about. A lot of the times people defer to this because they go, oh, wala masyadong maraming trabaho ngayon, mahirap yung money, 'di ba? Kailangan mag-ipon. So, that's fine. I'm not saying to waste all of your savings on just unimportant things, but once in a while, treat yourself, make yourself happy, all right? Don't punish yourself and don't live in misery, right? If there's something there that can actually help you feel better, then go for it, all right, as long as it's within reason. Because when this happens, when you're happy, it is less likely that you are going to be irritable and easily annoyed by the people around you. You are there to actually um, you're going to be able to spread more positivity, and this will increase your happiness meter, all right? So make sure that you really do take care of yourself. Okay. And then, of course, routines. Miss O is a schedule and routine girl. But before we get through this whole thing right here, I do want to say, and I mentioned this to Carla before, to add some variety into your schedule and routine once in a while to switch things up. All right. So that you feel excited about something, you feel fresh, about 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 your daily life. I know that Carla started working out in different areas, right?
Yeah. Sometimes in the other corner than the next corner. It depends.
So
I change things up.
so yeah, so routines, regular activities help maintain a sense of order and give everyone something to look forward to. Especially with kids and partners, when you know what their schedule is, what their routine is, then you know what is expected. You know the boundaries, right? This is the easiest way to set expectations and boundaries with everybody. With a regular routine, also with a regular routine and a regular schedule, we then help foster independence um, on your kids, right? Like kids learn to be more independent because they know what exactly is expected of them and what they need to do. So you don't have to stick to a rigid schedule. Even just listing your daily to dos help relieve anxiety. This is for people who don't know how to do schedules or how to properly routinize the activities within their schedules. Start out small. Just go do a to-do list. Today, this is what I want to accomplish. Maybe just list 3 things. Okay, something actually list it down, because the action of striking something that you've done, it's such a fulfilling it's such a good feeling, right? Yeah, oh, I struck this out. Tapos na, ang galing. So make sure that everyone is respectful of everyone else's space and time. So for those families who have kids, make sure that you have a visual schedule to remind the kids of what their schedule is, so you don't have to keep repeating yourself over and over, right? And then you then sound naggy to them. So make sure that you have a visual schedule. Train your kids to go check your schedule. Okay, what's next? Go ahead and check your schedule. The same thing with your partner and yourself. So maybe do a shared calendar on Google Calendar, wherein they can see, they can see
I
your.
actually do that.
That's good, right?
We
It
share
does help.
calendars. Yeah, yeah. That way you don't have to bother him. What's your schedule today? Where are you
Exactly.
going?
And everything is right there, and it's not like you're trying to be. A lot of the times when this happens, couples think that the partner is controlling,
Yes.
What's the schedule?
I
Saan
thought
ikaw?
that too.
Paano
That's
gagawin
true.
mo? Right? And then you're feeling like,
But then I realized the purpose eventually.
right? So then you're like, oh, so controlling. Oh my goodness, right? Why do you want to know everything that I do? You don't need to know everything that I do. That's kind of like that feeling when you keep asking and asking. But
Yeah.
by having a shared calendar, it's easy because then you know, oh, okay, he has this. Oh, there's a common time here. Oh, but he said that's his me time. That's okay. Then we can find
Yeah.
some other time to spend together, right? It's easier. So then you two can give suggestions. It's easier to coordinate also. All right. And then, of course, breathe. I need you to breathe. A
Mhm.
lot of the times, people forget to breathe. When you feel stress, it's perfectly okay to take a step back, allow yourself a bit of space and time to decompress. Breaks are not just to be expected, they're absolutely warranted. I want you not to feel guilty about taking a break. All right? A lot of people feel like if they're not doing anything or if they took a break, na parang, oh my God, bakit do I deserve this? Right? I feel like I'm so useless. I'm not being productive. Nope, you need it. Take a breather, all
Mhm.
right? If you're feeling pressured, I want you to practice that breathing exercise. Um, 4 counts in, hold it, and then for 4 counts, and then 4 counts out. Okay, repeat it. So 4 counts in, hold it for 4 counts, and then 4 counts out. Repeat as necessary up until you've calmed yourself down. When you do breathing exercises like that, you give your thinking mind a break. So then it helps you de stress and relax. All right? And then, of course, getting out there. Just because you can't go out of the house doesn't mean you can't socialize, right? We have social media, we have Zoom, we have all kinds of different ways to
Google
socialize.
Hangouts.
Yeah. So drop a line to your close friends and family, see how they're doing, join online discussion. um, there's a lot of wonderful webinars just like this out there, and you can actually interact with the people on the chat group, right? You can share your
Yeah.
experiences, you can ask questions. So grow and enrich yourself. Okay, so this way you are not only working on your individuality as well, you have something new to bring to the table, right? Something new to bring to the table. It makes you more interesting, it helps you grow, and you're being a good role model to your kids. So basically, when you take your me time and give space, now there's something else that you can present, right? And then your partner or your husband isn't just like thinking, yan na naman, ito na lang parating ni pag-uusapan natin, right?
Mhm.
Usually that's the case. Or like you're already eating at the dinner table and you don't have anything to talk about anymore because you're stagnant. So make sure that you enrich yourself. All right? And that's it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for this opportunity to educate and empower. I hope that you guys learned a lot.
All
Oh,
right. Thank you, Miss O. Before you plug your social media account, let's read the comments first.
mhm.
So here we have again from JV Soriano. Thanks for the tips and idea. Amazing for God bless. Likewise, JV, thank you for the comments. And then we have Janisa A. Amen or Amen. Wow. See, a lot of people like these kinds of talks, actually, including me. And then we have Princess Kate Obeja, heart, a heart icon. And then a while ago, it was 8,375 likes and counting. So I don't know, maybe it's more now. Yay!
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much, right?
Yes.
Do you have time
Thank
to
you,
answer some
guys.
questions?
And
Or,
then we still have, wait, here. Least idea. And then Melrose said, I love Puritan's Pride. And then again from JV, wow, nice products and hot host. Thank you. From Kevin Fernando, oh my gosh, I love live streams like this. See, not only me. And then from JV again, thanks for the tips. And tips, it really helps me amazing. And last but not the least, before we move into the questions, from Miss Liza Migabayno, emoji with heart eyes. I can't do that. So, all right. So, um, from Gerald, why men, why why do men feel tired and overwhelmed each day? Or why men tired? Miss O, take the floor.
Why men tired and overwhelmed each day? Oh, I'm not so sure what you're trying to ask, but I'm going to maybe just give an insight why men often like they come home from work and they're kind of like, oh,
Yeah, it's a good.
tired, and then they're grumpy, and it's oftentimes there's a lot of pressure on men, right, to deliver, especially in the workplace. So men often, unlike women, can't multitask. So they need to do one thing at a time, and that's it. And then so when there's a lot of different things going on, and they feel like they're being pulled, in all different kinds of direction, that's usually when they feel overwhelmed and they need to um, take a breather. But most men aren't trained or has been equipped with coping behaviors to take a breather, because men are supposed to be tough, go out and just be brave, be strong, and do it, just do it, right? This is another thing that we need to break. All right, guys, we need to train our boys, our sons, that to say that, hey, it's okay to say no, it's okay to say that I need a breather, I need a break. It's okay to express their emotions, that right now I'm feeling overwhelmed. All right, so I hope that I was able to answer
Yeah.
that.
Thank you, Miss O. We have a few more questions. So from Rena, how do I stop being emotionally drained?
Oh, you're going
How?
to
Tell
set
me.
So this is going to take some self-awareness and conscious effort, because you're going to have to analyze what's actually draining you. Maybe you're putting too much emotion on something that, that that is toxic, or maybe you're putting yourself out there too much by being open, by presenting yourself to all of your friends as somebody that they can lean on. So I need you to start saying no. I need you to start putting up, or putting down boundaries, actually, making sure that you protect yourself and that you communicate, right? So a good thing with this is, if you are your friend's go-to person, you can ask them, right? If they're venting out to you, you can ask them, are you just venting, or do you want advice? So you know exactly where to position yourself. Are you just a listening ear, or do you actually have to help analyze the situation and then advise, right? Because analyzing a situation, it can be really, really tiresome. It can be really, really exhausting, because then counter transference can happen also. So you can get triggered. You can get triggered by their experiences, right? So you're gonna need to learn how to, okay, this is what I can only offer right now. This is too much. Then you can actually step away. You can go, okay, not right now, because I too have some stuff to go through. And of course, communicate your
all,
feelings if you're feeling like that already. All right, Rina?
all right. Thanks, Miss O. We have three more questions. So, third to the last, Bernadette, bakit po lagi tayo nakakaramdam ng antok all the time? Kahit kompleto naman yung tulog mo, yung pakiramdam na parang pagod na pagod ka. Hope to have answer from you. Thank you. Is
Okay.
that burnout?
Bernadette, yeah, this could be a sign of burnout or a sign of depression, right? This could be a symptom of depression. I suggest that you go, maybe seek a counselor, and maybe check out if you have other symptoms of depression going on. A lot of the times people shut down when they feel like out of control. So they go to sleep all the time, because this is their coping mechanism, so that they don't have to deal with what's going on around them. All right. Maybe what you can do, Bernadette, is maybe incorporate some light exercises into your schedule. Maybe a 20-minute or 30-minute yoga practice. Doesn't have to be super duper extraneous. Just to get the happy hormones going in your body. All right. So hopefully, I was able to answer that. But do check out, um, if you're experiencing this for quite a prolonged period of time, and if you are experiencing other symptoms of depression, please do get some professional help.
All right. Thank you, Miss O. Two more questions from Carol. Ano po ba best way? By the way, before I proceed to that question, we have 9,333 views. Okay.
Wow! Oh my goodness! Wow,
almost
that's
10,000. Yeah.
almost
But
10,000
first,
views.
good job. But first, Miss O, sorry to cut the celebration. From Carol, ano po ba best way para maging open kang tao? Hirap po kasi ako maging open ng mga bagay-bagay sa isang tao. Yeah.
Okay. Carol, I see that you are already aware of your problem right now. It's a matter of practice. So slowly, step by step, okay? So maybe start with one person, a person that you trust, and start practicing how to communicate. Let's start with your feelings first, right? Or your wants, and just properly communicate it. You don't need to fully expound on things. You can just probably go, "Hi Carla, may I talk to you right now? I'm feeling a little bit happy because my boyfriend actually texted me this morning and he apologized for the things that he told me. Um, I just wanted to share that with you because I feel happy right now." There you go. Start with something simple like that. You don't have to go to the nitty gritty of your problems, and make sure that you do understand that it's not only the negative stuff that is happening in your life that you can share. It's actually so much better if you share all of the positive things that's going on with your life also. All right. So start simple. Be gentle with yourself. It takes some practice. All right.
Thank you, Miss O. We have one last question and then a few more comments before we end. So here, from Ricardo, do we need po ba always to have space in every argument? Ooh.
Okay, that depends, right? That depends. Now, when you are, I really don't like arguments, right? What I try to always say is to shift perspectives and let it be a discussion instead of an argument. You are discussing things, you are exploring the situation, or you are exploring ways to come to a compromise or to move forward from the situation. All right, you are aiming to understand each other. So your listening skills are very important when this is happening. You are listening to understand, not to respond. A lot of the times when this happens, when we are in an argument or in a discussion, nagsasalita yung tao, hindi pa siya tapos, nag-iisip na tayo kung ano yung sasagutin natin or our retort back, right? So I want you to just breathe, listen to understand, see where they're coming from, and then respond accordingly. Hindi yung parang you're so defensive already. Okay, and then of course, take a breather. It's better actually to go ahead and do your breathing exercises, or to move to your designated corners while emotions are still on a high. Analyze things, let yourself calm down, and then come together when both parties are a little bit more calmer, because then the discussion can be a lot easier, will be a lot better. All right, because communication lines will be open and easier when you are at the height of a very when you are at the height of your emotional roller coaster. It's very hard to discuss. It's very hard to see each other's point of view or to understand. So yes, give each other some space. Hindi yung hinihabol mo pa yung partner mo, "Oh, ba't ayaw mo kausapin?" Like that, right?
Yeah, I actually can relate to this question and to your answer, Miss O, because it took me a while to learn that sometimes it's okay to have space and to think things through, and then eventually everything makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And last one last pahabol. Two comments from Kevin Fernando. Thank you, I followed you. Yes, Miss O. And then Miss Flor Delis Kuyakot, live ito. Yes, this is live. And then last question from Kevin Fernando, the one who followed you. My question is, how can you make a child listen to you? Thank you so much.
Oh,
There.
okay. So, how can you make a child listen to you? You need to be a good role model and listen to them too, right? So, you as a parent, you set structure, you set pace, you set expectations and boundaries, but you also have to be a good role model. So, if you don't, you're not listening to your child and you're not communicating with them, it's going to be very hard for them to listen to you. Um, so, one way to do this is actually follow through, right? Make sure you are consistent and you follow through. Those two words are very important in raising a child. So, consistency and follow through. Make sure that if you say something, that you're really going to do it. Don't be like, oh, later I'll give you lollipop if you do this. By the way, that's bribing, all right? So, I don't like bribing. I don't like bribing kids, right? I like rewarding them. I like reinforcing their good behavior. So, but if you had said that, make sure that if they did it, you're really going to give it to them. Okay? Because I don't want you to be a role model of basically you lied to them if you don't follow through, right? So and then they're gonna have problems trusting you, and they're gonna have problems um, making making sure that things are done right, because they don't know if you're actually going to follow through with what you told them. So when it comes to making your child listen to you, make sure that uh, you speak in a calm manner. Make sure you use positive communication methods and follow through. Give them at least 15 seconds of process time. Here in the Philippines, mahilig yung sinabi pa lang ng isang beses tapos paulit-ulit yung utos, right? Sabi ng mom, you go, sit here, sit here, sit here, sit here. Hindi pa nga na-process ng bata yung instruction, inulit na ng inulit, and then the child becomes confused. So make sure that when you say an instruction, you say it once, you count 15 seconds in your head. If they don't sit down, you say it another time. Maybe point to the chair now and say, sit here, right? If they sit down, you go, wonderful job sitting down, right? Make sure that you reinforce that good behavior right away. And if they don't sit down, then you physically prompt them, meaning that you guide them to the chair to sit down, not in a gullet manner, okay? Not in a gullet manner, but just really guide them gently and then praise them for sitting down, all right? So that they know that this is the behavior that you want. So listening skills do need to be developed. It is a practice, so be gentle, all right? I hope that I was able to answer your question, Kevin.
Thank you, Miss O. So we just have a few more comments again before we end. Promise, this is it, Pansit. All right, from Kenneth, hi, pa-shout out po, Miss Carla and Miss Olivia. Hashtag Hideo Kojima 24. Shout out. And Wilmeline Cortez says hello, and Ina says hi. Hello. So, Miss O, before we end, do you want to plug your social media accounts and your live
Yes,
stream accounts?
hi guys. First of all, really want to thank Puritan's Pride and Lazada for always having me and giving me the opportunity to educate and empower you guys. Also, please do follow me on my Instagram, ms.oliviayao, so that you guys can get announcements when I have webinars, and also when during for my shows on Kumu. Please do follow me. If you have Kumu, please do follow me. I have several shows on Kumu. I do yoga. I have
Yay.
Tuesdays. I have the Secret series wherein we talk about different mental health topics, different parenting topics, just a variety of topics. I also have the Startup Secrets, the Real Negotiante Talk, on Thursdays at 8 p.m. On Kumu, wherein we talk about different things about business or running a negosyo, right? Right now, we are doing a leadership course on that show. I also have this talk and chill here on Facebook for the Startup Seekers, the Real Negotiante Talk. Tomorrow, this talk and chill is every Friday at 6 p.m. And tomorrow we will be talking about the medical industry. So I hope that you guys are able to join me there. Thank you so much, Carla. Thank you so much,
Thank
everybody.
you. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, this is in partnership with Puritan's Pride, which is the leading health supplement and vitamin brand in the USA for over 40 years and is known for its quality at a great value. It is now available in the Philippines, where you can select where you can select over 100 plus health supplements and vitamins. It is now available in Lasmol and Puritan's Pride official website at puritanspride.ph. You can also check them out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Puritan's Pride Philippines. Also, if you're keen, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter at CarlaPistoso at Carla Pistoso. And then tomorrow, if you want to join me for a workout under Bayani Brew, it's going to be at 5 p.m. on Facebook. And then next week, we have another Workout Wednesday with me and my friend Sai for something that's dynamic and flowy. It's called Flow and Go. So again, thank you, Miss O, for joining us. Thank you, Puritan's Pride Philippines, for having us. Ciao.
Bye.
For over 40 years, Puritan's Pride has dedicated itself to providing the highest quality vitamins and supplements at a great value. First, we traveled the world to find the purest ingredients. Then, we manufacture all of our products in the USA using the most rigorous standards. Finally, we test each vitamin up to 15 times before it reaches your door. And now, Puritan's Pride is available in the Philippines. Puritan's Pride, your healthiest you for less. Get it in over 540 Watson stores nationwide or in our official stores in Lazada, Shopee Mall, and Beauty M&L, or shop straight to our website at puritanspride.ph. Beware of counterfeit or fake items. Authentic Puritan's Pride supplements are only available from our authorized stores. Get the latest news, exclusive discounts,